And I guess we're live.
I
20,
so.
20 fucking minutes late. I'm actually reading the comments, and everyone's like, after meeting LM, all I can think about is Tootsie Roll by the 69 Boys and stuff like that. So, whatever. And people are like, Mac's such a jerk, and it's like, yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate.
Well, what can I say? Art imitates life.
Yep. Kenny was adorable. Can't wait for that Fuboo cameo. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, Fuboo's gonna be in the DLC, so you guys are gonna have to fork out money on that one.
Yeah.
we're gonna actually get something out of all of this work that we've done.
I don't think I'm anywhere though.
So Mel and Natalie, have you guys played the demos? The demo for the hentai game?
Yeah, you sent it to me.
Thoughts, ideas?
Keep going. Well, that's on my part. I have to do all the avatars, so I gotta keep going.
I also want those rough sketches for my ending.
I know.
that laundry list of positions and equipment. But Natalie, you're out of all of us here, you're the game developer. So what do you think?
She's the only one who actually has talent.
Aw. But yeah, I mean, so far it's looking good. I mean, I don't really know anything about the code that you use, so I can't really critique that. But so far it's looking good.
Well, that's good then. You can't critique it. But Max has been working on some cool stuff, like some big middle fingers to Telltale Games.
Well, they understand I'm joking. I'm just ruffling their feathers.
Sure.
Because they're all waiting for our demo with bated bitter breath, They're watching our shit just to see how it's done, right? Bated
breath or dread, because we can easily outdo them in the interactive story tile.
We already have. Our game is just as linear as a Telltale game, so.
Oh, there you go.
Well, the demo is so linear. You actually get actual options.
You get multiple endings.
I know.
No way.
Depending on the choices that you make in the game, the choices that matter.
Mm-hmm. Really matter.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking to me, I mean, that doesn't really do shit. I'm not listening, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm reading everybody. They're all like, I'll say vaporizer. There we go. Everyone's complaining about our lack of content lately, and they're like, oh, you guys should do Let's Plays and stuff. And I was like, man.
Give me their names. I'm gonna permaban them.
Yeah. It's like, okay, listen. We did have an idea for Let's Play, but it was involved more art from Mel, the Fuboo. We had kind of a structure where it'd be actually explaining why something's good. It's kind of like Let's Play / review, and basically, not to be down on anybody, but if you can literally jerk off on YouTube during a Let's Play, it doesn't require that much effort now, does it? That one guy who was jerking off and had left his camera on, and as grade A under A says, he looks like he's doing his taxes when he's jerking off. Okay, if that's the level,
well, doing taxes is very intense.
if that's the level of work you got to do a Let's Play, turn on a camera and essentially jerk off, then it's not something I want to do.
By the way, do you know what the guy's username is?
What is it?
It's Razor Fist, and for his sake, I hope it's not literal.
Really?
Yes.
My word.
You're not making this shit up. So again, for his sake, I hope the username is not literal, because otherwise, every stroke is like, ow, 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 ow.
It hurts so good.
Oh, he's a masochist.
Oh, damn, I kind of wish Katie was here, but apparently she's having, as Max put it, a storm of biblical proportions outside, so.
Partially because of Mel and her associations. I'm not going to say what it is, but let's just say that baby Jesus is not happy.
Jesus isn't even a baby anymore. Gosh dang.
How the hell did Luke V get a score of 9 on Fappy Bird? I can barely get 3.
Because he is very skilled at handling a large
spiral
cocks.
apparently.
Can I just say, drawing animated moving spiral penises is a lot harder than it sounds.
Well, of course, because you should be working, but at the same time you're getting aroused. So you're
Trying to draw them with one hand, you know.
Just put the game on a resume.
Then again, maybe Mel can share some secret techniques that she's developed, because I keep wondering how she keeps coming up with even more disgusting porn on Tumblr.
I don't know, the internet's for porn and it's just everywhere, and I'm just providing more of it, so not much of a secret there.
Please tell me you're not drawing that while the children are in the room.
Oh gosh, no.
I mean, usually I dislike CPS and people who call the cops on you just because you let kids play around in your own front yard, but in this particular scenario, I'm a bit concerned.
I don't even draw this stuff in front of my husband. I'm that shy about it.
Just don't let him Google your name.
No, he already knows that I do.
Wait, did you once tell us that your parents found your DeviantArt account?
They did, and I left for a while.
Okay, so translation, they disowned you.
Actually, I'm beginning to disown them, but whatever. Anyways, actually, Mom tried.
They're like, Mel.
We gotta talk.
We usually support you on just about anything you want to do, but
Did you learn nothing in church?
I'm pretty sure this stuff's not in the Bible.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff in the Bible, so.
Yeah, Matt, there's rape in the Bible.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what makes it interesting.
Rape, poisoning, murder, death.
well, and let's meet up with you girls sometime.
For Bible study?
If that's what you want to call it.
So this fan chat thing, 3 days, is it like all day long, or what's the deal?
I think it's just going to last for an hour and a half. So it's going to kind of move by quickly, so we can get to everybody.
Okay.
And
Cool.
they're just going to focus on one topic, too, so it won't be so long.
The only people confirmed so far are just you, Duke CT, Mr. K, and...
Yeah, because I'm going to be at all of them.
Hmm.
I think Luke V is going to do the Batman vs. Superman one. I think he also said, we were just talking to chat earlier, that he might do the diversity and gender one. And then I think we have a lot of people that's going to do the horror one, it seems like, so far. Most popular. So I think Tundra and Christian are going to do the horror and the commentary track for the Batman vs. Superman.
Is Zeem's going to be there?
I think so.
The guest appearance.
So, and then, I don't know, it seems like we're going to create a lot of stuff, us fans of this podcast.
No, actually, that's really encouraging. I really would like to see fans like get together and make their own projects and just see what you guys come up with. It doesn't have to be CCS themed or anything, but like if a couple of you guys like can actually get together and hold a really good conversation, then I mean make podcasts. Find an artist or use Mel or whatever else, and could be really really cool and could bring you on board. Again, that's kind of why that's why Max and I have the ladies with us, is because they do excellent work. Mel does fantastic art, and Katie does great editing, and now Natalie's doing some fantastic programming. So
Yeah, guys are prone in creativity. That's always good.
yeah, well that's the biggest thing, is just trying to get people who are passionate about just creating things. So
Yeah, one of the reasons why I joined you guys in the first place.
yay.
Because these guys get it. Yeah, so I think Mr. K and I might work on a web series of some sort. So I just offered to help with any writing or editing. He hasn't really got to me on that yet. It's kind of all up in the air, so I guess I'll hear about it soon enough. And then I think when I take a break from my first draft, before I start my second one, I'm going to work on my own web series for my website.
And
Just in time!
But no, it sounds really great that you guys are doing some creative stuff. Extremely cool. I'm extremely happy, extremely proud, and I'm really anxious and curious to see what you guys come up with.
Yep, I'm excited too. I don't really sound like it because I got to go out of town tomorrow. I'm just like, I got to pack.
Busy day.
I know, ailing grandmother, so. Yeah.
Poor thing.
Well, on that light note,
Yeah. I wanted to go to a Pig concert in Atlanta, but this old stuff popped up, so I was like, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Yeah, I guess that's it. So.
Kahuna, you're the one who's a fan of Pig and KMFDM, right?
Yes.
Oh, Pig's new album sounds so fucking good.
I know. Have you heard the previews for the other songs on that German website?
Yep, I did. I heard all those, but I also ended up buying the Diamond Sinners. Fucking love that.
Yeah, to buy that, but I'm gonna wait to get like the album first. And
The
the remixes.
the Diamond Sinners have one or two really good remixes of that song, especially the Max. Which one was it? The
Tweaker.
Tweaker remix has a nice kind of a little bit more of a beat to it. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I like the original song, but as I'm listening to it, it's like, you know, it'd be better if it were like 15% faster, and that's what the Tweaker remix is, basically.
Yeah, exactly, and it has a bit more of a beat to it. The original song has a kind of a cool, like, I don't know, it almost sounds like a brothel made out of like a carved out Southern Baptist church.
Well, that's what the video should have been.
Yeah, exactly. It should have been like a True Detective kind of video with like a bar and a stripper pole right next to like the pulpit.
Yeah.
Could have been really cool.
That's what the video would have been if this were a Rob Zombie or a Marilyn Manson song, but I guess Raymond Watts does not have the budget or a proper director to put that kind of production on.
Yeah, I think he's going to do a Found in Filth music video from what I've seen on his Twitter account. But he just has like the most oddest music videos I've ever seen.
Well, I like the oddity of it, obviously, but there needs to be more of a pizzazz, you know.
It's just seen as some of them when you watch them online, they're like poor quality.
Yeah, I just wish like it was just like a bunch of guys like sitting in a bar and like there's like, you know, strippers on the side and they're just like, you know, smoking and drinking and like have like the band in the corner, which would just be like the new, you know, N.Esh and Gunter Schultz and Raymond Watts just playing. That could have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Have like red neon crosses and stuff.
Upside down crosses, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Diamond Sinners reminds me of Shit for Brains for some reason. I think because the whole Catholic theme going on with the nuns whipping each other and such.
Well, I ended up watching the music video though, but I don't know. What I had in my head was better than the music video. The music video is kind of simplistic.
Yeah. That's another thing. Shit for Brains was just him like standing there snapping his fingers and he just kind of talked, I guess, or whatever he was doing.
Listen to the music, not the video. So,
yeah.
Anyways, but I'm looking forward to that. Although I'm not close enough to go see him in concert, but whatever. We actually did. Katie was trying to get all of us to go out to a Pig concert, though. About know what city is closest. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I could probably go to a Richmond show, but it's all up in the air.
Did you or did you not hear the alarm 5 minutes ago?
Oh, sorry.
I'm the one who's distracting her. So
I know we got me caught up in this music stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pop on off. So thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys next month.
Yep. And if you guys are doing more stuff on the stream, keep us in the loop.
Have you been watching the Olympics lately?
Bits of it.
I've been watching people fall over when they fail.
Oh, that was a heartbreak.
Did you see, was it the kayaking or canoeing or thing event?
I saw some guy in a race shit himself.
I saw a guy flip over in a river trying to get a couch.
Well, as far as the guy soiling himself, I mean, talk about determination.
Yeah.
Well, he kept going. I mean,
Determination there.
I think he was French as well. I might be wrong, but you know, maybe that's just what the French do.
See, now if the guy were German, I'd say, well, in that case, it makes perfect sense. But the French are not known for their obsession with scat, at least not as much. So the connection is tenuous. You'd probably get a laugh out of someone, but not really.
If you don't think that the French should be associated with shit, you've obviously never eaten their food.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that you're from the other side of the pond. So obviously there's a millennia-long rivalry going on there.
Also, did you see how like the whole pool turned green after the filter failed?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. That was disgusting.
Like, it shouldn't have turned green that quick. That's the thing.
Well, wasn't the whole Rio Olympics sort of like a like the whole sort of building was very questionable. I don't know if that's the right word, but apparently a bunch of builders died while they were making it, and just before all the athletes were going to go over there was a lot of people complaining about the hygiene and the safety, because apparently it's very dangerous around that area and things like that.
Oh wow.
That's not a yes or no answer.
Of course, it's fucking Rio.
Carnival.
Couch in the race, so that says things about.
Although I did hear that there was a scandal that like a couple of I think the racers, the runners, they got caught in a brothel, and then one of the reporters went there and they were like, "What? So what were you doing in a brothel?" And it's like, "What the fuck do you think we were doing in a brothel?"
Doing taxes.
Getting a haircut.
Oh.
Like
Well,
Great
again.
Ray says, "What do you think What the fuck do you think I'm doing? Getting a haircut? I'm fucking."
Well, you can combine the two always.
Yep.
But again, as you said, this is Rio, where you can probably get like a 12 out of 10 girl for a nickel, pretty much, if Patrice O'Neill and Bobby Kelly, if their stories are to be believed.
Well, in Rio, it's probably the 12 out of 10 is probably the age.
Oh yeah, that's why she's a 12 out of 10.
But no, freaking Rio has a ton of problems. K-Max, just make sure you don't have your webcam on. We don't want to raise your fist.
But have you seen the new movie Sausage Party, or seen that scandal around it? All that.
I have heard of the scandal because, and I'll speak for Katie since she's not here. Katie was passing around the article saying that a lot of the people who quit because of working conditions weren't credited in the movie. And from what I heard, the conditions, since it was a movie that was on an extreme budget, it was really, really shitty CGI animation, conditions, like, people were working like unpaid overtime, and it was apparently a fucking mess. And from what I understand, Katie used to like kind of work in a similar situation. She used to work for like a Christian animation studio, and they do what a lot of software developers do, is they hire a bunch of people who are straight out of college, pay them jack shit, work them overtime for peanuts, and basically they let them go after 9 months, because I think after like 9 months, depending on where you live, you have to determine whether or not you're going to keep them on or if you're going to let them go. So basically they get a whole bunch of basically cheap labor from all these fresh graduates.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's similar to that. A lot of people were working on the Sausage Party thing, got fucked over, and then if you complained about it, you could get like blacklisted from the industry, because it's a really, really tight-knit industry, because DreamWorks, Disney, LucasArts, all these other CGI factories, they all are really well connected, and they've even done like price fixing in the past, which is fucking atrocious. But Katie and I did a video on that one in After Hours, one of our horrible, easy After Hours, on the price fixing thing, the wage fixing in the animation industry, and it's sick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Suicide Squad
Woo!
is a better movie
aside
the more
from-
times you watch it.
Are you sure though?
Pretty sure. I've seen it like 3 times now.
Are you sure you're not just trying to justify your purchase? Because it's like every single time you go in, it's like another $10 out of your pocket. And it's like, no, it's getting better. The more expensive it gets, the better it gets.
All right, it doesn't need a lot of justification.
Okay.
I mean, I doubt it. I'd like to see the initial vision that, what's his name, David Pryor? Not
David
Pryor,
Ayer.
David Ayer. David Pryor is the guy who did Dead We Pray, and Dead We Pray. That's a whole different terrible movie. But anyways, I would like to see the original vision that David Ayer had for this movie, but apparently that's not meant to be, because there are no news of like a Ultimate Edition cut for the movie.
The studios told him that was his that was his original vision.
Yep. The worst thing is, have you seen any posts?
Well, the best thing about movies is that they're the... Oh shit.
Oh no, I was just gonna say,
Yeah?
have you seen the posts like post-release interviews with Jared Leto and how pissed off he looks.
Yep, I've seen those.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was
It's
like-
beautiful.
he's like- when he's been interviewed before it was released, he's like, yeah, it was this amazing journey, and I feel so like privileged to be, going down the rabbit hole of such a complex cat. And then afterwards, it's like, yeah, fuck him.
They probably
And
just
the
didn't have
man-
the heart. They probably just
He's-
didn't have the heart to tell him how small a part it was.
He's just the voice of the fans. Fuck him.
This is the thing. Whenever anyone brings up any legitimate criticism to anyone who starred in the film, they go, "Oh, well, it's a film for the fans." And it's like, but
No,
the
it's
fans,
not.
the fans
No,
don't
it's
like it either. What? The film's for the fans? That's why you changed Enchantress's backstory because it's for the fans? Is that why you
Or-
changed? Is that why you changed the dynamic between Harley Quinn and the Joker's relationship because it was for the fans? Is that
Yeah.
why you put Margot Robbie in fucking shorts and then paraded her
Well,
around?
that
and
was
have her-
for the fans.
That was for the fans,
That
yes.
was for
That
the
was
fans.
definitely for the fans.
Do you know what this was? Have you ever seen the film A Man with Two Brains? Man with Two Brains, Steve Martin film.
What is that?
No.
Chirp, chirp.
Matt,
Why is it
Matt,
why is it in the shape of a heart?
Matt, you have seen it.
Yes, I've seen it. I watch Steve Martin stuff. Yes.
Do you remember that one scene where he goes up to that prostitute with a Brooklyn accent and she like and she flashes him? That is Margot Robbie's performance in a nutshell.
Duke of oil.
Yeah, that.
Oh God.
Oh my God, yes. Before you guys have to find that movie. You guys
I'll
have,
find it and I'll
Okay.
get the clip because
yes,
I
get
swear
the
to
clip
God.
on YouTube because that's you're right. That's Margot Robbie in a nutshell. Flash the tits and then have an annoying Brooklyn accent voice.
Can I say,
Yeah.
out of the 10 movies she's been in, 8 of them have had her be naked or in some sort of sex scene. So I wonder, it makes you wonder, where her talent lies.
The same place as
The
Amelia
nearest
Clark.
Targaryen, yes.
I got my talent. See, they're out for everyone to look at. Both of them.
Now, I will say that she was perfect in The Wolf of Wall Street in the role of a gold digger.
In the role of a whore,
Yes.
Yeah.
As far
I
as far
agree.
as Harley Quinn goes, no, there's more nuance to Harley Quinn.
Do you know
Not-
what? If I was
What?
directing that film, I would get fucking Tara Strong to do it.
She's a bit too old for that, but
She
does.
has it's heavy makeup.
Well,
I don't
she
know.
would, but figure-wise, she's no longer as young as she was during her Batman the Animated Series days. But you're right. If you want a good representation of Harley Quinn, definitely go for the Tara Strong version from either Batman the Animated Series. No, wait, she wasn't in the Batman the Animated Series. She was in the Arkham games. There we go.
Okay, so here's the link. Okay, skip to 1 second. Skip to 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 4 seconds, and this person here is Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad.
I can't.
Can't what?
I can't inject you with window cleaner.
I don't mind. Hey, what does it do anyway?
It causes your brain to die last.
I don't mind.
You know what the weirdest thing about the film is? It's like, oh, there's this demon witch who's building an army of undead humans to take over the world. What do we need? Oh, I know, a chick with a baseball bat, a guy who can throw fucking boomerangs, a guy who aims very well. Like,
No,
what the fuck?
Well, first of all, he's not even Deadshot. Okay, if you're gonna have Deadshot, you gotta have him pull off some incredible shots that are nearly impossible. We're gonna get one shot like that. The rest of the time, he's not a better marksman than what's his face, Rick Flag or Scott Eastwood.
He's
Oh,
Will
he's-
Smith being Will Smith.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And it doesn't have anything to do with his race. It's just the fact that this is not Deadshot.
Yeah. No, it's a legit criticism. It's just every character in this is bastardized in some way. If this had been a live action adaptation, a straight adaptation of Assault on Arkham, it would have been amazing.
Yes, a much better film, a much better Suicide Squad film, and actually that features both Batman and the Joker, and they're integral to the plot, as opposed to just being there for the cameos.
Yeah, but by the third time you see it, it's just so bad that it's good.
Well,
No,
that's called
it's not
Stockholm
bad, it's
Syndrome,
bad.
okay? You gotta get
Bad
out of that
syndrome.
relationship. Yes.
You know what this is, Luke? You know when cults kidnap you and try and indoctrinate you, so they show you the same fucking clips of shit over and over again until it's ingrained in your skull and you start to agree with it? That's what's happened to you.
Oh no, it's just that the bad taste is starting to become more bland. You can't taste it anymore.
More importantly, look, you said you've seen the movie
Yeah.
3 times. Don't tell me you paid for it 3 times.
He goes
Okay,
quiet.
your silence speaks volumes here. Here's the problem, though. I understand why people are trying to defend this movie.
Do you?
What? I do. I'll tell you why. Because people, DC fans, we
I
haven't
paid for
had
it twice.
Okay, that's not as bad as 3 times. But anyways, we haven't had a good DC movie since The Dark Knight, pretty much, because The Dark Knight Rises is
Terrible.
That's my review of it. Yes.
Agreed.
Aside from Tom Hardy's performance as Bane, it's a major letdown. Anyways, so we haven't had a good DC movie since 2008 because The Dark Knight Rises, Jonah Hex is not even worth talking about, obviously, and The Man of Steel was jarring. That's all I'm gonna say. So Batman v Superman comes out, it's utter garbage, and so people were hoping for Suicide Squad. They bought into the hype that was created by the trailers. They thought it was going to be different. I thought it was going to be different, but the end result is just a mess. And the fact that you have stars like Jared Leto saying that he was basically duped into being the Joker, thinking that this was going to be a completely different movie. Something he said was along the lines of like an art house thriller, which is completely different from what we got. What we got instead was a mix of an R-rated, let's be like the Guardians of the Galaxy with all the pop songs and the quirky characters. And then the second half is like a boring war movie almost, where nothing happens.
There's so many plot holes and things that are illogical. Why wasn't Deadshot killed the moment he failed to kill Harley Quinn? I mean, he's supposed to be an expert marksman, and oh, whoops, I missed. No.
Yeah. She would have been like, fuck you, bang.
Yeah.
More importantly, why is Amanda Waller, who's supposed to be this expert strategist, and in every other media she is, especially the DC animated universe, why is she assembling, as you said, Natalie, a psychotic chick with a baseball bat and Captain Boomerang?
Max, Wonder Woman had better shit to do.
Yeah, but here's the problem. The point of Suicide Squad is not to be the government's version of the Justice League. The Suicide Squad, or Task Force X as they're known, they're supposed to be a covert, clandestine group of villains that the government hires to send on Black Ops missions that the superheroes will never touch. Yeah, that's the idea. That's why they're called the Suicide Squad. They're not supposed to be the government's version of the Justice League. Because, okay, so say General Zod or Darkseid comes, right? They're going to send Harley Quinn and Deadshot to stop Darkseid?
But the only one who might be useful is the Fire Dude.
Or the Enchantress, but the Enchantress cannot be controlled, and the Fire Dude was basically a pacifist
Well,
until
the
he
fucking
decided to
Enchantress looked like a fucking epileptic. I mean, do you see her like act? Do you see her act like she's like magical? How she's doing this like weird trippy shit.
Enchantress.
Remember
that thing I was talking about in the last Wildcards, British accent syndrome? Yeah, that.
Her performance can be summarized as thus: an epileptic belly dancer. That's what she was doing.
In a nutshell.
What? There's 3 helicopter crashes in this movie, and no one dies in them.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question: How come when Amanda Waller left in the first helicopter, they shot the flares when normally those flares are like for getting rid of like heat-seeking missiles, and I thought their whole entire point of like leaving the helicopter was to like get away without being seen, and here they're doing like the biggest, brightest, flashiest fucking thing you can do.
Why doesn't Harley Quinn go to check the fucking wreckage to make sure the Joker's dead?
Well, apparently that scene got cut, so...
Oh yeah, apparently there's meant to be a scene where he shows up like just before they defeat Enchantress to try and take Harley, and she's like, oh, well, I've made new friends in the space of 5 seconds. I've become family.
Yep, and then there's also a
With the
scene.
Fire Dude, yeah.
There's also a scene where like Joker's supposed to backhand Harley Quinn to set up the fact that they have an abusive relationship.
Well, yeah, but they apparently they took those scenes out because they
test groups didn't like them.
Well,
Test groups didn't
it's
understand
for the fans, though, right? It's for the fans that they took out the whole dynamic of their relationship.
But they shaped the entire movie for the test groups because they're like, this is too intense for a Guardians of the Galaxy movie we want to make, so we're gonna cut that little bit out.
That's why they ripped off the whole love subtext from the Deadpool movie. And also, didn't you also point out the fact that Captain Boomerang has a pink unicorn for no other reason?
Yeah, because Deadpool did it.
Deadpool did it. That's why he has a fucking unicorn.
Oh god.
The best joke in the movie, which is when he says, "Okay, you're free to go," and Boomerang just leaves, is immediately ruined by him rejoining the group.
But Natalie, they're a family because Guardians of the Galaxy.
They're a family.
No.
They're a family of psychopaths who absolutely hate each other.
Why does
No,
Harley
no.
Quinn go back? She's free. Why the fuck is she still there?
I don't know.
Because she becomes a strong, independent woman who does not need no Joker. That's why.
Why does the Joker even bother to try and break her out of fucking prison? Why does he care?
That is actually a very good question, because in the assault on Arkham, there's a reason why the Joker ends up taking Harley Quinn back, and that's because the dirty bomb is inside her mallet. He doesn't really love her. He's just using her as he always has.
That's if you from what I read in the novelization of the Killing Joke, Jesus Christ, substituting one good one with a bad one. Inside Suicide Squad, the novelization, when Joker pushes or has Harley Quinn like jump off into the acid, it's originally be like, okay, I'm done with her, and she's out of the way, I don't have to worry about her anymore.
Are you talking about that video I showed you, the Mr. Sunday movie?
Yeah, that one. Where basically the Joker's like, yeah, have her jump inside the acid, and then he'll be done with her. You won't have to worry about her anymore. She outlived her usefulness. And speaking of which, what kind of stupid ass writing is it where Joker's like, Harley, can you do a favor for me while he's inside Arkham Asylum? Can you get me a machine gun?
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
it's like
in the animated series, he doesn't even ask her help. She takes it upon herself. She snaps when she sees him, beaten by Batman and taken back.
It's because Joker has not only psychopathic but sociopathic tendencies where he uses
He's a manipulator.
Yes, exactly. And plus it would have made more sense if like Joker's like, hey, Harley, can you get me like some Windex and some bleach or some chemicals they could use to break out with, something a little bit more clever?
Yeah, because if the Killing Joke is to be believed, he used to be a scientist, so technically he could concoct some sort of explosive device to get out of Arkham. Instead, no. Can you get me a machine gun? How is she, a psychiatrist, going to get her hands...
She's like, alright then.
Yeah.
You can't... Okay, Natalie, you don't know this, but in America, you can't even get a machine gun. Machine guns don't exist for the public, even in America. So how the fuck is a psychiatrist going to get a machine gun? Go on fucking Craigslist or maybe the Darknet?
Don't forget the panda costume.
Fucking yeah.
Did you guys see the... Did you guys see the... Oh, never mind.
I know the timer's out, but can we keep talking because I'm all riled up now.
She's in the mood.
We should bring in someone who's going to try to defend this movie.
Sure.
See,
I'm trying. See, Captain Boomerang really likes Asian widows, and that's why he comes back, apparently.
Here's the problem, though. Katana was probably the best part of the movie because the character was, because she's the only one who had any actual backstory in the film. Although the way she's introduced into the film is jarring because the Suicide Squad, they're assembled by that point and they're about to take off, and then all of a sudden she jumps into frame and Rick Flag goes, "Oh, by the way, here's Katana. She's gonna tag along from
well,
no
it's
reason."
it's a better introduction than what fucking Slipknot got.
Well, Slipknot was
he did get to punch a woman, so.
Yeah, he did.
Equality, gender equality for all.
Can I just say, in Assault on Arkham, all the squad is introduced, and they all have about the same amount of introductory sort of things to let you know who they are. And that raises the stakes, because you actually don't know who the fuck's gonna die or not. In this movie, when they bring in a character just randomly, when everyone else has had about 20 minutes of backstory, you know that character's expendable, so it takes all the tension out of it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, plus KGB is a much bigger Batman villain than Slipknot. I don't know who the hell Slipknot is, so when KGB dies, I was actually surprised.
Killer Croc dies as well, and so does the Black Spider, whatever it was.
No, it's not Killer Croc. It's like some shark guy.
Oh, the White Shark or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the equivalent then.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Killer Croc could not die because he needs to make an appearance in Arkham Asylum, which happens later. But anyway. So, well, first of all, some of the characters got two introductions, mainly Deadshot and Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say as well?
Yep.
Sorry. If they'd have gone with the plot, if they'd have gone with the plot from Assault on Arkham, it would have been the perfect way to set up the rest of the DC universe, because of the scene at the end where they break out all of the villains unintentionally. They could have had Two-Face there and Poison Ivy and all these other criminals that they could have gone off and done their own thing. Yeah, the Riddler.
A good Riddler.
Yeah.
Yep.
They should have been an excuse to have all of these brand new characters introduced in one movie.
Yeah, they also wouldn't have needed Rick Flag at all, so that would have freed up all kinds of screen time.
Well, apparently he was originally meant to be played by Tom Hardy, and he turned the script down.
I wonder why.
Wise decision on his part.
Fool me once, DC. Shame on you.
Also, since we're still talking about Suicide Squad, and evidently this part is making it to YouTube because it's actually good. No offense to Kahuna, but Jared Leto's version of the Joker, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that a lot of his scenes got cut, but so far, if this is the version of the Joker that we're going to be stuck for the next 10, 15 years, or maybe 2 years, I don't know, however long the DC Animated Universe, the DC Cinematic Universe is going to last, but is this really supposed to be the arch nemesis to Batman, the yin to his yang? Really? Some albino thug?
Well, apparently, David Ayer says that there is a scene cut from the original movie where Batman has the Joker has apparently just killed Robin.
Jason Todd, yes.
Yep, burnt down Wayne Manor, and Batman goes up to him and says, "You've taken it too far this time," and they get into a fight, and he knocks out all of his teeth.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the asylum, and that's where he gets the grill, and he also gets the damage tattoo because apparently he thought of himself as really beautiful beforehand, and that Batman's now ruined his looks. Which, I mean, the Joker's never struck me as a person who cared about his looks.
I know.
Well, he's a narcissist, so he kind of does. But here's the problem: the stuff that you're describing right now, I've also read about it. It's really interesting. Should have been in the movie, but it wasn't for some reason, and even fans like us, I mean, I know Red Letter Media got a lot of flack for not getting all of the comic book references, but here's the thing. I know my Batman, and I know the fact that the Joker jumps into the Ace chemicals that pull up whatever it is, some chemicals, and transforms, but the problem is the way it's edited, the structure of the movie, it's a mess.
Yes. And
all of the stuff that got cut, it doesn't matter if you're a fan and you get the references. They're presented to you in such a sloppy way that the film is unwatchable. Who cares if you know the fact that, well, technically Killer Croc, his backstory is Bob, and so and so. Most of it got cut. So when Killer Croc says something like, "I'm really beautiful," apparently there was going to be a much larger backstory where they were going to show the fact that he was born with this skin disease that he has, that he was bullied, so to cope with it psychologically.
Reptile in Mortal Kombat, whatever the fuck it was called, has a better backstory. Rebirth has a better backstory than Killer Croc.
Yeah, pretty much. So all of that interesting stuff that should have been in the movie, it wasn't. And the fact that people are trying to defend Suicide Squad, like, I get that you want to see all these characters on the big screen, but this is not the way to do it.
Well, they even went so far as to try and shut down Rotten Tomatoes, which is ridiculous because Warner Brothers, part owns it.
Well, it was just one petition by some nutjob, so it didn't amount to anything. It doesn't even matter. But here's the problem. I get that you want to see a good...
Who's that?
Ignore him.
Okay, good.
Max, you have another person in the queue, though?
Oh, yeah, actually.
Sound like an Eddie.
Ah, God. I don't know.
But it's like these people never read the comics or watched the movie. They just looked up a bunch of stuff, was like, okay, we'll mention that and put that in there. I mean, in the animated series, you ever see the episode where Joker's trying to blow up the city, so they get Harley Quinn in to try and help find him?
Was that Harley Quinn and Kate or something like that, or
something like that? But the point is that he was going to blow up the city, and he wasn't even going to bother going in to save her. And yet in this movie, he goes out of his way multiple times, risking his own life to save her over and over again. To the point where he pushes her out of the helicopter, therefore saving her, and what he must presume is killing himself.
Well, wasn't he going to push her out of the helicopter in the original cut?
I don't know.
That's what I heard in the list.
That's what I also heard, but again, the test audiences did not react to this positively, so they changed it to make it seem that the Joker wafts her.
Well, when you try and make an argument about any of the actors' performances, the first thing you hear is, "Oh yeah, well, the editing wasn't." That doesn't change the actors' performances.
It changes how it's conveyed to the audience, and the conveyance was pretty shit.
Yeah.
No, but the characters themselves and how they're played, that is not affected by the editing.
Yes, it is, because if they edit out all the backstories, you don't have any emotional tie to the character.
No, that's not a performance though. That's story. That's not performance.
I get your point, but in the case of Jared Leto...
Well, I think your big problem
is
You're cutting out, Luke.
It's that your standards are too high. Oh, damn it.
Oh, you're fine now, so keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, your problem is that your standards are way too high. When you go in to see it the second time, your standards are appropriately low, and you can just sit back and enjoy it.
See, it's the old, if you turn your brain off, you can enjoy this one, but not even that. I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was fun, but it was also a good movie, a competently made movie. Marvel let James Gunn to fulfill his vision. In this case, why are you defending DC? They smothered David Ayer's original vision. So if you're going to make the argument that, well, DC is doing it right because they're hiring all these talented filmmakers, not really, no. They want to get some indie cred, but it's
Well,
kind
they
of
don't-
smother vision.
These directors mean nothing because they don't get to do anything that they actually want to do. They're
Yes.
just
Yeah.
puppets for the studios.
And Marvel is also partially
Guilty of this.
because
Yes.
you're
Well,
right. So
Sony
this is-
Sony is guilty of this,
Oh,
and Fox in a lot of ways too.
all of
because
them are. All of them. So
Yeah.
why are DC fans demanding that we cut them some slack for
Because-
Suicide Squad?
This is what I
Because-
don't understand. My friends have all said, well, it wasn't, the perfect movie, but I liked it. And I'm like, well, if you want the DC films to improve, surely you would voice your criticisms. Surely you would show DC that you're not taking this. That you as an audience are better than this.
They're paying money for it, so you should demand a better representation of these characters, these storylines, and so on and so forth.
Go ahead, Luke.
Well, we'd rather have any Suicide Squad movie than no Suicide Squad movie.
But you already had a Suicide Squad movie. It was called Batman Assault on Arkham. Much better film. You're
Yeah,
not
that
gonna
was a
win
really
this
good
argument.
movie.
You're not
But,
gonna win this
it's not a
argument.
live-action movie.
But who cares?
It isn't Guardians of the Galaxy that had a carnival thrown up on it.
You know, that attitude is exactly why Disney is remaking all of their cartoons into shitty live-action movies.
Look, nothing personal against you, but historically DC has been better.
The other movie. I walked out of there and I said that was a decent movie.
God.
I
You
like
left the Deliverance
Fantastic
Kid there.
Four.
Sorry, my...
Shut up, for fuck's sake. This video is gonna end up on YouTube. It's gonna get thousands of views. More people are gonna agree with us than you, so whatever. Nothing against you, Luke, but here's the thing. DC has been historically better in the animation department. Batman the Animated Series, Superman, Justice League Unlimited. The Cadmus story arc from Justice League Unlimited, a much better story than Suicide Squad. That version of Amanda Waller, much better. The episode of Justice League Unlimited called Task Force X, a much better story. Batman Assault on Arkham, a much better Suicide Squad story. You gotta demand more from DC. Apparently, they're making some amendments, adjustments with Justice League and all the other movies that are going to follow. Wonder Woman, great, but Suicide Squad is not the golden calf that's going to save everything.
You know who should play the Joker? Is William Dafoe.
Yeah, I saw the fan, whatever it is, the Photoshop.
He looks amazing.
He looks like the Killing Joke version of the Joker.
Yeah, he looks. I'm surprised they never, brought it up.
He had a decent Green Goblin. So, there's potential. Next participant. I already sent a link to Z, Mel's friend.
Yeah.
But so far there hasn't been any response.
There she is.
Oh,
there he is.
Gotta install via Hangout first.
Alright, look, before you go, I just want to say, wait a second. None of this is personal. If you enjoyed the movie, fine, but at least acknowledge the criticisms.
Sure.
Whatever, Max.
But if you want to prove me wrong, you'll have to watch it again. So.
Fuck that.
Alright, I'm back.
He's out.
I'm not gonna waste my time. I already watched Batman v Superman twice, and no. No. I'm not gonna repeat that mistake again.